halos mga chairman nandito. Chairman Akop, Chairman Committee on Transportation. My vice chair is also here. Now, before we proceed with the admin matters with regard to the absence of all those resource persons that was invited during the last in today's hearing, and they were invited siguro mga 2 weeks na, 2 weeks from now, 2 weeks na imbita. And of course, with for the period of interpellation, let me just discuss about unimportant matters now with regard to the.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
have they submitted excuse letter?
Yeah, we will discuss it after the
Okay,
after this matter that I will discuss
Okay,
now
thank you,
for the
Mr. Chairman.
approval of this honorable committee. Now, we now move on to other matters. No, then we will suspend. Then we will go back to the main agenda and to the hearing with regards to Mataas na Kahoy investigation. Now, this is in regard to inquiry in aid of legislation into the House Resolution number 145 and 146, which pertain to knowledge of violations of election laws and the illegal use of public funds in the province of Cagayan during the May 2022 elections. These resolutions were authored by Congressman Jojo Lara. A total of 12 hearings were conducted from May 2023 to 2023 to November 18, 2024. We had planned to conclude this inquiry during the previous hearing. However, the delayed submission of the COA fraud audit report necessitated a postponement. The COA has since complied and submitted the report to my office on December 16, 2024. Therefore, on the part of the Committee on Public Accounts, we are now officially terminating this inquiry to proceed with the approval of the committee report. Let me emphasize, however, that this is a joint inquiry with the Committee on Suffrage and Electoral Reforms, such as, in accordance with our rules, the other committee must also formally terminate the inquiry and approve the report before we can transmit it to the plenary for adoption. Having said that, is there a motion to terminate inquiry into the alleged violation of election laws and illegal use of public funds in the province of Cagayan during the May 2022 election? Termination.
Mr. Chair, I respectfully move for the termination of the inquiry in aid of legislation pertaining to House Resolution number 145 and 146, Mr. Chair.
Second.
There's a motion to terminate violation of election laws and legal use of public funds in the province of Cagayan in behalf of the Committee on Public Accounts duly seconded. Any objections? The chair is none. The motion is carried. The hearing for violation of election laws and illegal use of public funds in the province of Cagayan is now terminated. The hearing is suspended.
Paano yun? Wala yung taga-suffrage.
Hindi. Magkano na sila?
Mamaya sila na.
The hearing resumed. Vice Chair Luis Roque.
Mr. Chair, having reviewed the draft committee report and finding the same germane to the issues addressed during the hearing, I respectfully move for the approval of the committee report on the part of the Committee on Public Accounts, subject to revisions for style. So move, Mr. Chair.
There's a motion to approve the committee report on the part of the Committee on Public Accounts, duly seconded. There being no objection, the motion is carried. The committee report is hereby approved on the part of the Committee on Public Accounts, subject to improvements in its form and review for the grammatical and syntactical accuracy, while ensuring that its substantive content remains unchanged. The Secretariat is directed to transmit the committee report to the Committee on Suffrage and Electoral Reforms for their approval. Hearing is suspended.
Mr. Chair.
Why not?
Resume. Now we proceed with regard to the admin matters on the absence of some resource persons.
The commission would like to find out had some absence on this hearing.
office of the mayor.
And what's the reason, Mr. Chair?
As you, this will in fact, December 18, they have 12 activities.
Mr. Chairman,
And
I have 2
19
activities for today. And my presence is by committee being the sponsor. I think it must follow the same on the side of the mayor and the vice mayor. Sana naman ay, well, anyway, may we have a copy, Mr. Chairman?
Yes. Supplement. Yes, Chairman Dan?
Kasi medyo, I think this is a matter that is very imperative on their part to be present on today's hearing. Because there are a lot of allegations, no? We were all signed the resolution together with the sponsors who are here today. And I think ang magiging problem natin for today's hearing, since wala po sila, hindi po natin sila matatanong. And ang problem din po natin, Mr. Chairman, ay we have rules governing sa citing those people who are not attending in contempt. Meron tayong process na sinusunod. And I really wanted to move sana, pero pwede po ba natin amend ang ating rules, Mr. Chairman? But of course, I don't know what to say about these excuses, no? Kasi lahat naman po tayo dito are all public servants, and we are all going to attend different commitments, especially that we are all nasa malapit na po tayo sa kampanyahan, and that's the reason why lahat naman po tayo ay busy. But of course, this matter is so important, not only to them, but to us as well. Mukhang hindi po tayo sinisupport ng ating pong mga naimbitahang resource person. So I will leave it to the committee to decide on this, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes, before I recognize Chairman Akop, let me acknowledge the presence of our esteemed colleagues, a member of the Young Guns in the House of Representatives, Representative Zia Jong. Thank you for coming, boss. Thank you. Please proceed, Chairman Akop.
Mr. Chairman, pag palagi niyong sinasabi niyo yung young guns, kami ni Chairman Momo, old guns na ang tingin namin sa sarili namin. Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, did we send invitation individually to the persons to be present here today? For example, did we for the councilors, did we individually invite them?
Consec.
We sent individualized invitation letters to the members of the Sangguniang Bayan, Mr. Chair. But for the financial team of the LGU, we coursed the invitation through the office of the mayor.
Yes, but was it addressed individually to the, for example, to the head of the BPLO, General Services Office?
No, Mr. Chair.
So in toto sila?
Yes, Mr. Chair. With regard to the officials of the LG of Mataas na Kahoy, but as the members of the Sangguniang Bayan, we sent individual letters of invitation, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, may I move that we issue a show cause order for all the councilors of the municipality of Mataas na Kahoy, simply because the lesser excuse was signed only by the municipal mayor and the municipal vice mayor.
There is a motion to issue a show cause order for all the councilors mentioned in the list by Chairman Akop.
Second.
Duly seconded. Any objections? The choice is none. The motion is carried. Consec is directed to issue a show cause order for those.
Noted, Mr. Chair.
listed councilors.
May I also move that we issue a show cause order for the business permit and licensing officer, general services officer, municipal planning and development coordinator, municipal budget officer, municipal accountant, municipal treasurer, municipal assessor, municipal engineer, bids and awards committee officials.
Second.
Simply because if we look at the letter excuse of the mayor and the vice mayor, hindi naman po sila kailangan sa mga activities na ito. They are not, shall we say, important people to be present during these activities listed for December 18 to be conducted by the municipality of Mataas na Kahoy. So move, Mr. Chair.
Once again, there's a motion from Chairman Akop
Second.
to issue a show cause order for mentioned officials of the Mataas na Kahoy municipality. Duly seconded.
Mr. Chair, singit lang in addition to kung okay kay Kong Romy.
Are you? Okay.
Okay.
Please proceed.
Yeah, this also Mr. Chair, the bids and awards, all those people was mentioned by Congressman Akop. Can you let them also explain what's their participation on this event? No? Why they're excused now sa meeting natin, citing same reason with the mayor, vice mayor, and the SB. Tama si Kong Akop eh. I don't think may kinalaman sila rito sa mga events na to. So, I fully agree with Congressman Akop, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Thank you for the manifestation, Kong Jojo. Please, Comsec, please take note of the manifestation of Kong Jojo and to be included in the show cause order for all those mentioned names, and officials of the Mataas na Kahoy. There is duly seconded. Are there any objections? It says the motion is carried.
Mr. Chair,
Chairman Akop, please proceed.
may I move that we also issue a show cause order for Vice Mayor J. Manalo Ilagan, Vice Mayor of Mataas na Kahoy Municipality, simply because ito naman mga activities na ito pwede na yung mayor dapat ang nandun. At saka yung Vice Mayor ang mag-represent sa municipality of Mataas na Kahoy. So, bakit? Porque ba't mag-asawa sila at tatakbo siguro? Hindi naman pwedeng excuse yun. Kaya, Mr. Chair, dapat, isa sa kanila dapat ang mag-explain. Bakit yung mayor, hindi niya sinabihan yung kanyang vice mayor, ikaw na lang mag-attend for the municipality. Kasi, isa lang naman sa kanila pwede siguro ang present in all the activities listed in their excuse letter, 12 activities. Kailangan lang naman siguro dun yung mayor So move, Mr. Chair.
Second.
There's a motion to issue a show cause order for the Vice Mayor of Mataas na Kahoy Municipality, duly seconded.
Yeah, Mr. Chair.
Any objection?
Yeah, second.
The chair is not, the motion is carried. Yes.
In addition to Congressman Akop, Mr. Chair, no? I think talaga sinadya nilang hindi the whole, no? They can also the administrator as a representative of the LGU, pwedeng pumunta rito So I don't think there's a reason na kahit isa. Is there any representative here from the LGU of Mataas na Kahoy? Wala So talagang I think sinadya talaga to, no, to not attend. But anyway, no, sabi ko nga kay Congressman Dan kanina, may rason naman sila if ever, no? Dahil nag-invite tayo ng December 9 and 16 na postpone. So pwedeng naka-ready talaga itong mga program na to, no? Kung sakaling totoo yung sinasabi nila. But still, no, the administrator can still come. Walang kinalaman sa activity ng administrator dito. Or maybe the mga assistant municipal head sila, no, in lieu of these people. So kahit na security guard naman lang sa padala din, at least may representation Kasi Mr. Chair, no, ito accusation sa kanila, talagang yung vice mayor, mag-asawa, no, mayor and vice mayor, magkakaroon talaga ng connivance So we just want to make sure na they're doing really na transparent, no? So I think the ALG is also here. Siguro matulungan nyo kami. Kasi talagang kitang-kita mo kahit isa wala nagpunta pambabasto sa committee kahit representative lang nila. So meaning talagang may tinatago sila dahil ayaw nila umattend dito. No? So yun lang, Mr. Chair.
Thank you for the manifestation, Kong Jojo.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, is it in line with the admin matters?
No, yes, yeah. Mr.
Please
Chairman,
proceed.
I'm not a member of this committee, therefore I cannot put a motion. Can I suggest, Mr. Chairman, that the chairman of the technical working group of the Bids and Awards Committee also be invited? Every Bids and Awards Committee, there is a chairman technical working group. I think they are very important also in the investigation, Mr. Chairman.
Comsec, please take note of the manifestation suggestion of Common for the technical working group officials to be invited in the next hearing.
Noted, Mr. Chair.
Yeah, any more?
Mr. Chair, question lang. Mayor, yung mayor ngayon, no? The husband is the vice mayor. Kailan natapos yung term, do we know, yung lalaki? Ba't siya lumipat ng vice mayor? Do you have any information on that one? Very significant kasi yan, Mayor, Mr. Chair, no?
IDLG, can you get the record on that now? And we will discuss it in the later part of this hearing.
Yeah, we just want to know talaga.
Jojo, we put hold on that and we will just discuss it in the later part of this hearing during your time now. For the period of interpellation. Now, before we proceed with the period of interpellation, let me just manifest, no? Alam po natin na this is being recorded and sa Facebook Live tayo ng Congress. And alam ko rin po that the officials mentioned and was invited into today's hearing. Alam ko po, you're monitoring. Alam ko pa rin po, yung purpose why you're not present in today's hearing. You just want to monitor and study whatever will be your defense in the next hearing. But let me just stress and warn you. This is a stern warning to you. Huwag tayong maglukuhan dito. Kasi po, tama po yung mga members na the manifestation, the motion of Chairman Akop is so correct. Kasi lahat po kayo wala dito. And this statement of the chairman is addressed to the mayor and the vice mayor, to the couple. This is a stern warning to you. Please do not do it the next time. Next hearing, pag wala kayo dito, you will face the consequences based on our rules. Hindi po pwede yung ganito. Tama si Kong Jojo. You should have sent somebody to represent you. Hindi pwede wala kayo papadala dito. You just want to monitor today's hearing, then you will prepare your defense. O let us see. Because the truth and the data, hindi pwede po magkamali. Dito po sa hearing na to, sinabi ko na kanina, sabi po natin yung politika. Wala po akong pakialam dyan. Just like in all other committee hearings that I have done, this committee I have done in other LGU. Kaya I hope Mayor Ilagan and Vice Mayor Ilagan, the couple, please attend sa sunod po na hearing or else we will be compelled to force our internal rules in regards to Section 11 of our House rules. Now, let us proceed with the period of interpellation and let me recognize Kong Jojo. Please proceed, Kong Jo.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Chair. Sa DLG lang, boss. Yeah, meron tayong data kung kailan sila nagpalit. Yeah. And then another question, if ever lang makakuha natin. Kung naka-full term ba si Mayor Ilagan, yung Vice Mayor ngayon? Ano pangalan? Yeah, kung kailan lang sila.
We will check, Mr. Chair.
Yeah. Then, last. So, pag-intindi ko, may dati itong lalaki, no? When the Mr. Ilagan, the Vice Mayor now, ano yung wife niya before naging mayor? No? I just want to check because doon natin makikita yung pattern ng na very ano sila, sanay na sanay sa ginagawa nila, no? And sa COA naman po, may report naman kayo sa kanila, no? Is there any disallowance?
Mr. Chair, there was no audit disallowance issued po.
Wala pa. Okay. Sige, pwede yung yung report nyo regarding sa ano nila. Anyway, that's all, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
This representation is temporarily assuming the position of the presiding officer. So, do we have other members who wish to raise questions, concerns to our resource speakers? If there is none, considering that the,
Madam Chair, if I may.
yes, the Honorable Dan Fernandez.
Somehow be clarified on the statement made by COA. Kasi kanina sinabi niya walang disallowance. Pero we have a 2023 COA audit summary that meron ditong reported to us na disallowance.
Your Honor, in the annual audit report, it was indicated, portion there was pertaining to the statement of audit suspension, disallowance, and charges issued. But those indicated there were issued during the previous years po.
Previous years.
Yes po.
Pero noong 2023, meron na. Before 2023.
Before 2023 po, Your Honor.
Before 2023, walang disallowance. When was this? When was the yung issuance of disallowance? Wala ng 2022?
There was an issued po in 2022. Yung report po sa annual audit report.
On 2023, meron na po.
None po, Your Honor. The reflected audit suspension, charges, and disallowance po dyan, Your Honor, pertaining most accumulated balance po as of December 31, 2023. So the indicated disallowance and charges po, previously issued po yun in the prior years po.
Pero dito sa inyong decision, sa inyong qualified opinion, the COA rendered the qualified opinion, the non-implementation of one-time cleansing of property and the PPE by the municipality as prescribed by the COA, circular number 2020-006 dated January 31, 2020, resulted in a discrepancy. Meron eh.
It was indicated in the audit opinion that yes, we issued qualified audit opinion.
Discrepancy.
Yes, there is a discrepancy po, Your Honor, based on our audit of the PPE, but it does not pertain to the disallowance po.
Hindi pa siya nagmamatter yung disallowance kahit may discrepancy.
As to fairness of the financial statements, Your Honor, we have issued qualified audit opinion po because we have noted in our audit na may discrepancies po sa PPE, but it is not subject po to disallowance po.
Okay, sige. Thank you so much for that. At least maliwanag po yan. Okay, thank you so much, Madam Chair.
Madam Chair, just to follow up on that, Madam Chair, how do you move on with your processes of counting all those items na medyo may questionable kayo? Would you proceed, for example, to a more rigid and more extensive auditing processes?
Your Honor, so the audit po will start po based on the general audit instructions po given to us.
This particular issue.
Yes, as to the PPE discrepancies po, Your Honor. If based on our judgment po, there is a needed further audit procedures po, we may conduct further audit procedures po.
Special audit. How is that different from special audit, for example?
So for example po, the regular audit team, sila po yung nagko-conduct ng regular audit. So yung output po nila is the annual audit report po. And the special audit team naman po, it is a much more rigid audit po. For example, kung if ever meron pong mga kailangang fraud audit po na i-conduct.
Okay, on the particular matter at hand, Madam Chair, I'd just like to ask COA, would that constitute, for example, the COA deciding on proceeding to a more rigid and extensive auditing processes? This subject at hand, Madam Chair, I'd like to ask, because I'm curious on how can we, for example, require COA, to provide
So we are recognizing the co-supervising auditor. Good
provide us
morning.
with the documents, updated documents, so that we can also be more appreciative with the case that is now being tackled here in the committee.
For our regular audit, sir, for our regular audit, sir, we are bounded by scope of limitations in the audit.
Okay.
That is for our regular audit. However, if we will be talking about this special audit, this audit is usually created by a special audit team designated from the office of the chairman, and usually this arises from a complaint if there are some allegations of fraud submitted by anybody, by the audit team leader or by the audit team to the regional office, and then this will be assessed by the regional office, and then if there is a need for a recommendation for the conduct of fraud, then this is forwarded to the central office.
Okay, so in this particular case,
In this particular case, the audit of the property, plant, and equipment is considered part of the regular audit. And this is usually included among the audit focus provided by the local government sector in our case, and by our regional director. So this form part of the regular audit only.
asking if COA would probably contemplate on conducting a special audit in this particular case.
So in this particular
Does that merit COA to conduct a special audit?
the audit of this particular, yes, sir. This is covered by financial audit, sir, but not by the special audit.
Yeah nga.
Yeah.
So would
If
this
there-
merit, would this warrant?
Okay. If there would be something like that would have predication of fraud, like for example,
I'm not asking the requirements of the
Okay.
processes. I'm asking about this particular case. Would this constitute or warrant a special audit?
it warrants if there would be complaints regarding the composition of, if somebody would complain about allegations regarding inconsistencies maybe in the property, plant, and equipment, then a special audit can be conducted. So as we have
Just to cut you off, so the way you appreciate this particular case, all of those things that you've mentioned are not present in this.
yes,
Hindi po present.
yes, hindi po siya.
Yun lang po. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Mr. Chair, in relation to the issue raised by the Honorable Adjong, Mr. Chair, may we recognize?
Proceed, Chairman ako.
Sinabi po niyo kanina, COA, na kailangan merong kaso regarding your audit findings para po magkaroon ng special or fraud audit. Tama po ba yung pagkaintindi ko?
Ang special audit po kasi is
Sagot lang muna yung aking katanungan. Tama po ba yung pagkarinig ko doon sa sagot nyo kanina kay Honorable Adjong na kailangan may complaint para mag-conduct ng special audit or fraud audit?
yes, sir.
Yes. Are you aware of an existing complaint against the mayor and the vice mayor filed with the ombudsman?
Mhm.
Ako, please answer the query, Chairman ako.
We are not aware of that, sir.
We have in our records a complaint affidavit filed by a certain by a group, People's Coalition Against Crime and Corruption Group, represented by a person known as Mr. Antonio A. Alabata versus Honorable Janet Ilagan, the municipal mayor of Batangas. Are you aware of this?
So We haven't received any complaint yet or any instruction coming from the regional. Usually po kasi ang mga complaint yan ay dinadaan po either sa desk, complaint desk sa central office, or sometimes po ang complaint ay nirerekta sa regional office and then saka po lang binababa sa amin. But as far as the audit team is concerned, wala po kaming natatanggap na complaint regarding that specific.
Now that you know that there's an existing complaint filed with the ombudsman, would that merit a special audit?
Yes, if the ombudsman would forward the complaint to the Commission on Audit.
Ano?
If
Yung,
they would endorse if
are
the
you
complaint
sure of your answer, madam? Na kailangan officially i-transfer o i-refer sa inyo yung complaint ng ombudsman? Now, we are in an official inquiry in aid of legislation dito po sa Kwan. Kayo po ay you have taken your oath and you are aware already or you are already made aware of the existence of a complaint.
as far as our complaints, sir, sa complaint po namin kasi, usually po ang process niyan, pag meron pong isang nag-complaint, either the member of the team, a private individual, or any government entity, ito po ay ipinoproseso pa sa amin. Ito po ay dinadala po sa regional office para po kami ay bigyan ng instruction na gumawa ng initial investigation, and then we are going to prepare po a complainant assessment form, and then we will forward it, and we are going to conduct further evaluation if there would be a need to have merit na ito po ay magkaroon ng, if it would be actionable to be decided upon by the regional office, and then if and when, after review of the fraud audit service in our regional office, may merit po na merong yung recommendation namin to have a special audit, that is fraud audit, and then that would be the time they would endorse it to the central office for the creation of the special audit team.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, may I move that we direct COA to conduct a special audit insofar as the complaint of Mr. Antonio A. Alabata, representing People's Coalition Against Crime and Corruption Group, that the COA conduct a special audit.
Second, Madam Mr. Chair.
There's a motion.
Sabi nila na kailangan may magre-reklamo sa kuan eh. So, di tayo ang magdidirect sa kanila para mag-conduct sila ng fraud audit. Move, Mr. Chair.
There's a motion to direct COA to conduct a fraud audit on this issue, duly seconded by Congressman Zia Adjong. Any objections? The chair says none, the motion is carried. COA is directed to have a fraud audit on the issue that was discussed. COA, please. And the reply. COA, you're directed. And
Mr. Chair, but there is a COA resolution number 2024-014 dated October 1, 2024, which the subject says that there's a suspension in the creation of fraud audit or special audit teams and providing limitations on the conduct of fraud audit or special audit from October 1, 2024 to May 12, 2025 for your information and reference now, for your honor.
Madam Mr. Chair, that's an administrative matter, Mr. Chair, but this House is directing COA to conduct the special fraud audit. So that your memo does not bind us here. Okay, thank you.
Noted po, Mr. Chair.
and ma'am, the MC niyo po is related to election ban, di ba? And election ban will start on January 12. Tama? Yes.
If I may, Your Honor,
Please.
I would just like to cite, COA Memorandum 2020-014 dated September 30, 2020. So, this is about the revised guidelines on the delineation of authority and responsibility and evaluation of complaints, information of fraud, requests for fraud audit and other cases, the conduct of fraud audit and reporting thereof, and for other purposes. So if we will look at, 4.1 cases. So it is defined therein as it means complaint and request for fraud audit filed before the fraud audit office or office of the COA, regional office, or any information of fraud obtained by any official or employee of the commission, including those referred by other government agencies pursuant to item 3.2 of COA Circular number 2020-005 dated January 31, 2020. When we say it is also included here, the other cases, it means it refers to the complaints or requests for investigation originally filed before the Office of the Ombudsman or other government agencies that were subsequently referred to COA for appropriate action. So based on this provision, Your Honor, if there will be complaints or requests from other government agencies, so that's the time that the commission may act on the creation of the
Madam Kawan, we're not requesting. We are directing you.
Attorney, you are lawyer, di ba?
Yes po.
Alam mo naman yung constitutional mandate ng Congress, di ba? Especially inquiry in aid of legislation.
Yes,
You are familiar with that, di ba?
yes po. Yes,
So, sabi ng Chairman ako, we're not requesting, we are directing you. And that Memorandum Circular 2020-04, tama?
yes, Your Honor.
Alam mo po, this committee has already directed several times COA. After that MC, and COA complied.
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
You know that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Please review all the fraud audit that was directed by this committee to COA.
Yes, Your Honor.
You try to check since July of 2023.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
Alam mo po, attorney, abogado ka, di ba? Inamin mo na, alam mo yung constitutional mandate ng Congress to conduct inquiry in aid of legislation. Tama, di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, supposedly, you should have cited that memorandum circular. Attorney BLG, di ba? Di ba, the constitutional mandate of this Congress, di ba?
Yes,
It's
Mr.
not
Chair.
much higher. That's the provision of the Constitution. And that is just a mere memorandum circular.
And besides, Mr. Chair, we are not bound to follow their memorandum.
Kasi, attorney, that refers to the complaints from other agencies. And this is an inquiry in the aid of legislation. It's a different platform, di ba? Tama?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. So, once again, COA, to the motion of Chairman Akop, duly seconded by Congressman Zia Jong, COA is directed to conduct a fraud audit in regards to the issue that was raised in today's hearing. Okay?
Mr. Chair.
And kindly, alam ko na po, 6 months, kabisado ko na po yun. Yung mga 6 months yun, until 1 year, etc. Well, in fact, kanina, yung termination of approval of the committee report on this committee is also fraud audit for the provincial government of Cagayan. And we started that last year. And you mentioned about 2020-04, year 2020 yun. Yung fraud audit na directive for the COA was directed to the COA July ata or August of 2023. Yes, Chairman Akop.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. May I know from the good attorney, what was the logic of that memorandum circular? Di ba dapat naka-state dyan sa circular ninyo? What's the rationale behind that?
If I may, Your Honor, based on 1.1 rationale, the rationale of the circular is to check whether to determine whether or not to conduct the fraud audit investigation in all the complaints and requests for fraud is warranted. Thank you, Your Honor.